My name is Jose María Martínez. I am from Colombia, and I am a Ph.D. student in the Department of Agricultural, Food, and Resource Economics at Michigan State University here on East Lansing, Michigan. I was awarded with the 2019 Norman E. Borlaug Fellowship by the United States Department of Agriculture. And during my time as a Borlaug Fellow, I was associated to the Colombian Corporation of Agricultural Research as a researcher at the Palmira Center in Cali, Colombia. The location of my fellowship was here at Michigan State University, and it took place in the year of 2019 from the first week of September through the last week of November of that year. So that was really a great time for me to be here because professors were coming back from the summer and they were starting to engage in new research. So it was really a good time for me to come over here. The focus of my fellowship was in sustainable cacao production, but with a focus on low cadmium production of cacao, particularly because cadmium is a heavy metal that is dangerous for you to consume with cacao. And that's one of the major concerns right now. However, I come from social sciences, so my interest was to compile a set of guidelines to assess the economic and environmental impacts of farmers accessing technologies that can actually help reach a production of cacao that is sustainable and is safe for human consumption. So from an economic standpoint, what I was doing is compiling methods of impact assessment that are suitable for different scenarios for researchers that are developing these technologies. Why is it necessary to do this? Because first, you have researchers developing the technologies that are meant to be tested and then deployed among farmers. But then you need to know how to track and measure whether or not those technologies are working. So that was the purpose of my research, to provide some guidelines so that depending on the scenario that you have, whether or not you can do an experimental trial with farmers, or if you have to make a gradual rollout of the intervention, then you have a guideline that tells you how to collect the information and how to analyze and calculate the impact of that intervention. My experience with the United States Department of Agriculture and the Borlaug Fellowship, as well with my experience with my mentor and the host university, was a really great experience. I met a proactive community of researchers. I got familiarized with Michigan State University campus, and I also had the opportunity to meet the Kellogg Biological Station. So that was really a great experience, and realizing that there are research efforts that come from decades, that is really a change in the experience as a researcher for me. When I come from Latin America, usually the efforts of research are not really thought in the long term. So that was really a changing experience. And I can only think that of some names that I would thank for making my experience really grateful would be Maiwish Marivia, who was my mentor and now is my advisor in the PhD. I also think of professors Sawida Liverpool Tassi from the Department of Agricultural Economics, Maria Claudia Lopez from Community Sustainability. And there was also a support from the Center of Latin American Studies, from Lori Medina and Emily Hawley, and also from the Visiting International Professional Program, that is an effort from Michigan State that helps people to actually engage well with the new environment, because we come from really different countries and sometimes settling in a new place can be tough. They actually help you to feel at home. So I really appreciated that. In terms of how the Borlaug Fellowship impacted my career, it affected it in several ways. First, it connected me with other researchers doing cacao research in Colombia. And we actually wrote together a paper with a really known researcher of cacao in Colombia named María Martínez. And she and I wrote a paper that was recently published in a journal in Spain that was focused on technology adoption aimed to the production of aimed to the sustainable and safe production of cacao. So that was the first impact that it brought to my career. Second, it really helped me increasing the networking that I did as an economist and particularly as an agricultural economist. And well, finally, the biggest impact is that it brought me close to the academic life in terms of going for an additional step in grad school, because it was precisely because of the Borlaug Fellowship that I knew a lot of professors that recommended me that I should go for the PhD. And I know that if it weren't for the Borlaug Fellowship, I would most likely still be thinking about applying to grad schools in terms of the PhD. So I really appreciated the opportunity that the Borlaug Fellowship provided both to me and also to my collaborator network. And yep, really, I will always be thankful to the Borlaug Fellowship and everyone that were involved with the Borlaug Fellowship that made me feel here at Michigan State at home. So that is why I am back as a PhD student. So yep, it was really an awesome experience, and I appreciate that you wanted to hear from me and about this fellowship. So please don't hesitate to contact me anytime you want. And yeah, thank you.